Hello students, welcome back to my developmental biology classes. Today the topic for our discussion is ABC model for development of floral parts. Before we start, let's take a look at a wild type flower. A wild type or a normal flower consists of these four whorls. First whorl or whorl 1 has sepals, whorl 2 has petals. These two whorls together form the accessory whorl, and third one consisting of stamen and fourth one consisting of carpels form the essential whorl. So this is the basic architecture of a wild type flower. Here we will emphasize on the genetic control or the role of genes that govern the identity of these floral parts. Let's come to the floral architecture in a wild type flower. These concentric rings will represent each whorl in a flower. Whorl 1, the outermost ring represent whorl 1, which has got sepals. Whorl 2 has got petals. Whorl 3 has got stamen, and the innermost ring here, that is the fourth field, has got carpel. So this is the basic architecture of a wild type flower. In this lecture, we will mainly concentrate on 5 organ identity genes studied in Arabidopsis. The ABC model in plants helps us to understand the activities of specific genes that control the organ identity of flowers. Most of the researches are being carried out in Arabidopsis thaliana because it has got a very small size genome, that is 125 MB, and it's easily available. These genes, when mutated, led to homeotic changes in the floral architecture. The analysis led to the ABC model explaining the activities of genes A, B, and C. So basically the homeotic genes fall into 3 classes: type A, type B, and type C. Now look at this diagram. Whorl 1, that is sepal, whorl 1, that is sepal, is specified by type A gene and their activity. This block represents type A gene and their activity. So you can see sepal is solely governed by the activity of type A genes. Next, coming to petals, whorl 2 and whorl 3 are specified by type B gene and their activities. Now see, whorl 2 here is specified by type B gene and their activity. This B gene is controlling petals. A is controlling sepals. That means sepals is solely being controlled by A, but petals are controlled by type activities of type A gene as well as type B gene. Next, coming to whorl 4. Before we come to whorl 4, see whorl 3. In whorl 3 here, you have stamen. The activity of stamen is also controlled by the activity of 2 genes, B as well as C. The fourth whorl, that is carpel, is solely controlled by the activities of type C gene. So in a nutshell, you can say that class A gene controls sepals and petals, class B controls petals and stamen, and class C controls stamens and carpels. So this is the basic genetic control that works behind the identity of floral organs. Now, we will study these by actually analyzing the loss of activity of these three genes. Until and unless we know about the actual result that comes due to the loss of activity of genes, we will not really understand the role of these genes. Okay, so let's move back to the previous slide once. The five organ identity genes that we will study over here are APETALA 1, APETALA 2, APETALA 3, PISTILLATA, and AGAMOUS. So these are the five organ identity genes that will be studied over here. Now see, the loss of activity of type A genes. The type A genes means what? It encompasses AP1 and AP2. APETALA 1 and APETALA 2 falls under type A genes. Whorl 1 and 2 will have carpel and stamen respectively instead of sepals and petals. Whorl 3 and 4 will have stamen and carpel like that found in a wild type flower. While uh, the third and the fourth one remain normal, the change is only noticed in Whorl 1 and Whorl 2. Why? Because Whorl 1 and Whorl 2 are mainly specified by the activities of type A genes. Type A gene means APETALA 1 and APETALA 2, that is AP1 and AP2. If AP1 and AP2 genes are mutated, what will happen? Only the third and the fourth whorl will remain functioning normally, but the first and the second whorl will not function normally. That means what? You will have carpels and stamens in the first and the second whorl respectively. Why? Because the genes that are governing the identity of stamen and carpels are normal. They did not lose their function or they did not lose their activity. So they will form carpels and stamen in the remaining two whorls. Now let's come to the second loss of activity. Loss of activity of type B genes. This type B gene comprise of AP3 and PI, APETALA 3 and PISTILLATA. So here what will happen? Whorl 1 and whorl 4 will have sepal and carpel respectively, which is normal. Whorl 1 has got sepals, it's a normal architecture. Whorl 4 also has got carpels, it is also a normal architecture. But the fault lies in whorl 2 and whorl 3. What will they have? They will have whorl 2 will have sepals and whorl 3 will have carpel. Why is this happening? B, type B gene was governing which two parts? It was governing, if you go back, see, it was governing petals and stamens. 2 for petals, 3 for stamens. So petals and stamens will be lost. Is this happening here? Let's see. Whorl 2 should have got petals. So petals are not here. Sepals will be there instead of petals. Whorl 3 is supposed to have what? Whorl 3 is supposed to have stamens. That is also not here. Instead, it is having carpel. So if type B genes are silent, that means have lost their functional activities, what will happen? The genes that has retained their function or activity will govern these two whorls also, right? In the previous case here, in normal condition, if you study, actually type A genes inhibit type C genes and type C genes inhibit type A genes. So if in any case gene type A genes are mutated or they have lost their function, type C gene will take over and vice versa. That means what if type C genes are mutated, type 1 gene will take over. Now let's come to the last case, loss of activity of type C genes. That means AGAMOUS. World 1 and 2 will have sepal and petals respectively. A normal wild type flower also has got sepals in their first whorl and petals in their second whorl. But the change is there in whorl 3 and whorl 4. Whorl 3 will have petals and whorl 4 will have sepals. That means what it is having a new flower instead. Since type C activities are not here, who will take over? Type A activities. Type A means what? It will specify. Type A means what? It will specify sepals and petals. If C is absent, sepals and petals will be there in these parts also. So, a complete wild type flower needs proper function of all these three classes of genes. If these three classes of genes are functioning rightly, then only we will have a normal complete flower. So, this is how we come to the end of the discussion. If you have any confusion anywhere, please feel free to get back to me in the comment section and I will try my level best to clear all your doubts. Please pause the video as and when required and take down your convenient notes. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have liked it, please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. Thank you so much and see you soon. Bye bye.